Gil Scott heron quotes, "The revolution will not be televised." I don't think you can really top that quote. Now, obviously, everybody knows about the song and the album, but what did it mean? What did it mean? It meant that corporate greed wasn't going to take everything over. Can you imagine that? If you're old enough to remember when mom and pop stores with the cat's meow and you had your Woolworth and you had your this store and that store before Walmart came and came the big bad wolf, before Kmart got sound size. You remember when you could have a mom and pop place, a local mini place, you didn't have to compete, you know. You can't imagine that time. What he was saying is that the corporate greed will not know what's about to happen. It's just going to happen. It's kind of like how the best laid plans just kind of come along and you didn't see it happening. You couldn't imagine it happening, but it happened. You know how people didn't see this singer being this singer or this athlete being this athlete or, just didn't see it coming. Just didn't really see it as that. And then it just like it miraculously, or it seemed like overnight, even though it wasn't. The hard work was put in, but it became the standard. What do we do when that happens? We want to be amazed, we want to be in awe, but yet we like to know predictability. It's amazing how, if you knew how the news was going to go, if you knew how the orbits and the stars are going to align, and yet, the wonderful, powerful thing about what he said was it will not be televised. You will not see it coming. It'll be like an alien. It'll be like something that just orbits, takes off, and it leaves you in awe. And you won't have time to get bought and paid for. You won't have time to trying to come up with excuses to why it's effective. Those are the best laid plans when they're none. Those are the best situations to be in because you can't really legislate. It's funny how people always want things to be so formula. They say they don't like the same, but they do. Call cap on them. They love it to be predictable. But Gil Scott Heron came out and was talking about something that you won't have time to really cipher because it's going to be so powerful that you just going to have to just get used to it and how it falls in line and how it falls in place. Wouldn't we like to have that problem? Wouldn't we like to have that situation where we just have it all fall into place and it all just made sense? We would love that. We really wouldn't have to think about things that were just, you know, that but yet they challenged our minds at the same time. They made us look at things. They made us appreciate what we had, the simplicity, the gifts of it all. When you can appreciate what's right there in front of you. Ain't that something? When you can just have it and you don't have to like spin your head on it. That's the power of it. That's the glory of it. That's what made it so compelling. And you want to have that. You want to have that. You want to feel that. That's what the nature is about. So I think that it's a lost art and a lost time, but that's what we are. But Gil Scott Heron, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, is speaking on so many things that are beyond our control, spiritually, psychologically, and how we take so much in, how we digest it. And that song hits even harder now. When you've gone through some things in your life, you start to look at that particular song and have a newfound appreciation. Also, that quote, because the best has not been televised and we don't know what's going to come. However, that poet, that godfather of hip hop, that man, musicality, and a shout out to Brian Jackson for the collabs, was on to something. Gil Scott Heron was on one. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and please share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay true. The revolution will not be televised.